Do you know by the age of 6, girls are already less likely than boys to think that they can be leaders? And by adulthood, research shows women are less likely to negotiate their salaries, to invest, or even talk openly about the money. And not because that we can't, it's just that nobody told us how to do it. Today, I am breaking down money habits that you need to ditch if you want to make money, if you want to be successful. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Ankita and I live in Vancouver, Canada. I'm a 38-year-old mom and I am also brand owner of Inkara, where I make empowering products for the kids. At age of 35, I decided to ditch my soul-sucking 9 to 5 because I was living a miserable life. An age where people were climbing corporate ladder, I decided to rewrite my story. I decided that I wanted to do this all over again, and I cannot be more grateful of the decision that I took. But one of the things that I learned through this process is to rewrite a lot of my belief system around the money. I know growing up, a lot of us are in this phase that nobody talks about how to manage your personal finances, how to even talk about money. It's kind of like always kept in a dirty kind of like secret thing that nobody talks at home. We're never taught at home. We're never taught in the school. Even if you study finance, nobody still talks about your personal finance and how to even talk about creating wealth. And this is why I am going to share habits that I ditched and that help me to rewrite my story around money. By the way, one of the books that I'm going to highly recommend to every single person is Think, Grow Rich. I would highly recommend this book to every single person. This is not just a mindset book. This is also talks a lot about the money, that especially as a woman, we definitely need to read this book. One of the first things that I wanted to say is let's normalize asking for more money. If you're working in your 9 to 5 and if you feel like you cannot ask for more money, that you need to feel bad about it, that why are you even asking money, or asking money would make you feel that you are greedy, because literally stats shows that only 57% of the women negotiate their salary compared to 70% of men. That's a huge difference. Is because we're often told that men can have a goal, men can have desire about money, but when it comes to women, that women needs to make less. Even if in your relationship you have goals, and I get this a lot during my one-on-one coaching where women ask, I have big goals, I have big dreams, but my spouse doesn't have it. What do I do when my partner is not motivated? Your soul came to this earth with the purpose. You need to fulfill your purpose, and there's nothing wrong if you have bigger goals, even if it's a money goals, than your partner. You don't have to change anyone, but it's also important that it's okay for you to have bigger money goals. And let's normalize it. That is such a traditional thinking that only men can make more money, that men should have a bigger goals. If I have a goal to become a millionaire, my partner should have a goal even more. Every single person is different, and we should just normalize it, especially for women. And the second is have money goals. When we are talking about normalizing asking for more, we need to also normalize having money goals. A lot of women, when I coach, they say, oh, they want to launch this, they want to do this. And I ask them, what is the number that you want to make? What is the monthly target that you want to meet? And they always hesitate. Oh, it's never about money. No, it is about money, and it is okay to say that it is about money. Thinking about money doesn't make you greedy, because you are working hard for your goals. You are working towards your goals. And if you are grinding to get to a number, it doesn't make you any bad person. It's all about what your actions are. Your action makes you a bad person, but not the goal, not the money itself. And this is why it's okay to have money goals. And this was very big for me, because when I was writing down like what are my goals, I could write down all day long all the other goals. But when it comes to money goals, it was so hard for me to make a goal, because deep down I felt like I'm not worthy to make that much money. Oh, maybe I should not even ask for money. And I know these are just a limiting belief that we have. And this is exactly what Napoleon Hill, he talks about it in his book, that we need to be specific when it comes to our money goals. If we are just saying that I want to make a tons of money by end of this year, but that's not sufficient. We need to say it how much. Like, I want to make 10 grand per month. That is more accurate. The more clear goal you have, the more likely you are going to achieve it. Next is to track your money. And I know as a woman, we all are victim of this. We never track our money. It's kind of like our nature, our energy. We just like to go with the flow with the money and we never track it. And this is actually not really great, because I know you're watching, you're ambitious women. You have goals, you want to change your life, but it's so important that whatever money that you have, whatever money you are spending, it's really important to track your money, especially if you're running a business like me. I had to learn this lesson the hard way, but this has been a game changer. It literally gives me a clear picture of what is happening, how much money am I making, how much money it's going. Then I can make a sound decision. Then I'm more likely to make emotional decision around money, because often when we are not tracking money, because I've also heard this before, that tracking money means that you are a frugal person. It's actually not about being stingy. It's also about being mindful. When you are tracking your money, doesn't mean that you are going in the limitation mindset that you don't have money. It's also about being accountable. How much do you have and how much can you play with? Because once you know how much you have and what is the room that you're playing with, then you can ask for more. When you realize, okay, my expenditure is X amount, then by end of this year, I wanted to make 10 grand because that will put me in a good position. But if you don't even know how much you have, how much is going, it is so hard. And especially for women, even if you are working, not working, it doesn't matter. I want you to track every single penny. I don't know about you, but one of the most important thing that I learned about money, that money is more psychological than you think. And it is so true, because growing up, we all have money story. Either we grow up in abundance or limited mindset. It is the money story that we build over a period of time. If our parents are more frugal about the money, then we learn that, okay, there is a limited money out there. Then we know that we are not going to get enough money growing up, and then we hold money tightly. It's all about all the limiting belief that we learn, and it's all psychological. For example, if you think that there is a limitation of money, that there's only handful of amount of money out there, if you don't get it, somebody else will get it, then what's going to happen? You're going to hold your money tightly. And when you hold your money tightly, when you don't release it, you're not creating a wealth for yourself. For example, when I'm launching a business, in order to launch a business, I need to hire people. But if I hold my money tightly, and if I think that I cannot share my wealth with anyone, I cannot hire people, then I am thinking from a limited mindset. But that limited mindset also put me in a situation where I am not creating wealth. And this is why whatever money story you have, next time you make a decision, let's say the best way to find out what money story you tell yourself, whenever you have to make a big financial decision, think what comes to your brain. Are you thinking you don't have enough? You're thinking that by spending this much money, I will not have enough, or you're thinking that you're wasting money. Whatever that comes to you, just become aware of it. The key to change anything is to become aware of your current situation. Once you know what is your current situation, then only you can change. Every single person should have freedom number. Even if your plan is never to ditch your 9 to 5, we all should have freedom number. What is a freedom number? It's basically what is the amount that if you will make, that you never need to worry about money. Like, it could be 10 grand, it could be 20, 100K, 1 million, whatever the amount is. Like, okay, once I have this much number every single month, my bank account is hitting, I don't have to worry at all about the money. Every single person should have that. And this is something that I learned by reading a lot of business books, especially I recommended it enough. It's A Millionaire by Fastlane. He talks about it, the freedom freedom number, the exit number, whatever you call it. When I quit my 9 to 5, I had this freedom number that if I can make this much amount, if I can make, my freedom number was so little, like if I can make 5K, I'll be so over the moon with something that I enjoy. But you need to calculate the freedom number based on your lifestyle, based on all the expenses, whatever you have. But I think it's really important to know your freedom number if your plan is to create a business, a side hustle, whatever that is. But it's so important to have a freedom number. One other thing that I wanted to say this is money does not fix the problem. Meaning, like, let's say if you feel like, okay, you're not feeling good enough about your life and you go and you purchase a most luxurious handbag and you think that your life is complete. This is exactly the opposite, because all you are doing, you're not looking deeper into the life, like what is that is bothering you? What is that causing you that stress? If you have a dreaded 9 to 5 and you're thinking at least it's giving me a paycheck and then I can go and buy all the luxurious makeup from Sephora and I can buy all the luxury handbag and my life is great. But the problem is all you are doing is masking your feelings, because it doesn't solve the problem. Even if you have all the handbags, even if you have all the makeup from Sephora, but you're still living the same miserable life. And this is why I wanted to say this is money does not solve any problem. And when I was working in 9 to 5, I definitely had the same lifestyle. I would just buy all the most luxurious brands and the makeup, and I was thinking, oh, I have the best life. And still deep down, I wasn't happy about it. And once I start to realize it's not the material, it's the deep down, the happiness level. It's deep down, what is your purpose in life? You're not living happy life. And this is why money is important, but it's also important that align with the purpose. Next is to learn a specific skill. This is against a lot of financial advice that you probably have heard, that is becoming rich by saving. And I wanted to say this, that no one becomes rich by saving. If you have this mindset that if I keep saving, I am just going to become rich, that is not the way to go. In order to become rich, you need to learn a specific skill to make money. If you are somebody who's not even working and you're thinking that by saving money, I can become rich. Instead, if you learn on any specific skill, for example, if you learn how to edit YouTube videos, you can make a good amount of money. If you are someone can teaches other women how to make creative lunch ideas for school kids and whatever, then you can make more money. It's so important to rewire the brain that saving is actually not the way to make money. And I know this is against very traditional advice that we'll hear from the people, from finance people, or even if in your family, but that is actually not true. If you are in this mindset that by saving money you can become rich, that is not going to take you anywhere. But having said that, it doesn't mean that you just blow money on any random things. It's still being mindful about your money, and this is why I said that about tracking. But in order to save money, if you are sacrificing your life, if you are sacrificing on anything that you have decided, if you're sacrificing the trip that you wanted to go for and you've been thinking about it for years, but you're not planning it because you're saving money, you're in this mindset that if you think that by going on that trip you are going to waste money, then you are also killing your dream. So you need to find a balance between saving the money and overspending it, and that's the way to go. Money is definitely not a very talk topic among women or in general, and these are the habits that really helped me how I see the money. If you're still watching this video, I would love if you could consider subscribe. That would really help the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll suggest this video for you, and I'll see you there.